In this daily drop, we're going to talk about dirt and safety, so let's go. All right, kids, here we are in the barn, or at least I'm in the barn. You're watching the episode. And today we're going to talk about dirt, which is the industry term for sandbags and steel shot filled bags. And let's go ahead and talk about some of the things that I have in front of me so that you can consider what is the right tool or the right version of this for the job and what you're doing. At its basic, as you know, we are using what we call dirt or sandbags, even if they're not filled with sand, for weighting things down. Whether you're outside and you have a couple of big stands with a frame, an 8x8 or a 12x12, where you need a lot of dirt, or you're inside and you are weighing down things like C-stands and junior risers, or maybe you have a Dana dolly and you're putting a sandbag on that to create a little bit more weight because you're using a smaller camera and you want to make sure that it's weighted down so you get smoother shots. They are indispensable tools that we use in production all of the time. I just got 6 more of these, and I probably still don't have enough dirt here in the studio for the types of productions I do. And it's even more important when you're in a small crew situation, because you not only need to make sure that your locations and your sets are safe, but you may need more dirt than you would use with a larger crew where you might have people spotting a stand. So it's just important to know that. Now, the 2 bags that I have here, this one from Impact, which is a 10-pounder, they make it obviously in different weights, and this one, which is a 15-pound BOA bag, also made in 2.5, 5, and 10 pounds. These are filled with steel shot. So it's little tiny round steel balls, and it's a completely sealed bag. So there's no zippers, you're not refilling it. For me personally, especially in outdoor situations, I really like steel shot. I think that it's a great type of product. And when you're buying pre-filled bags with steel shot in it, Impact calls these saddle shot bags. They're just usually true to the weight that you are buying them for. These 2 that I have in front of me are more traditional sandbags. So I bought these. I just bought 6 of these filled, and the filled ones already have obviously the sand inside of them. Generally, most of these are double zipper designs, so you're not getting sand everywhere. And these particular ones have a plastic bag inside of them with the sand inside. You can obviously take that out, refill it, use it again, so on and so forth. And if you buy empty sandbags, like this one right here was, you can either fill it directly with sand, or you can buy steel shot and fill it with that. Or you can put the sand inside of something like a Ziploc, right? So hold on. I'm trying to do this while I'm not actually looking. I'll fix that in a little while. So that's what these are. These are traditional sandbags, and it just depends on your application. You obviously noticed that the first 2 that I showed you were black. Now, the Impact one does have a colored label here, so it's a little bit easier to see inside of a studio type of situation or in a darker location. And I think that should be part of your consideration from a safety standpoint, is you want it to be recognizable. You know, I don't love chrome or silver stands because they create a lot of reflections and problems, and you wind up gaff taping them a lot. So if I have my choice, usually I'm going to use black stands. Mine are sort of a mix around here. But the reality is that when you are in a dark shooting environment, whether it's outdoors during dusk and at nighttime or in a studio space, black is not easy to see. So having something that has a pop of color that's easier for people while they're walking around that space, maybe without a flashlight or something like that, is kind of important. That's where these come in, because when you have bags like this that have more color to them, and look, this one is right in your face, then it's much easier to spot in a production environment. Now, I wouldn't necessarily have a bag like this within an actor's eye line because I think it could be distracting. This, not so much. This also less so than this, but it is important when you're thinking about the environment that you are setting up for a production, that safety, not only from the dirt standpoint of holding things down, but also from a visual standpoint, is considered in your productions. So very similar to the way that we have a Hollywood arm, and you'll take a tennis ball, cut a little hole in it, and put that on the end of the arm so that people, if they bump into it, they don't impale themselves, they don't hit themselves in the head. It's kind of the same concept here. You want people to be able to see the bag. So you might need to have a little bit of a mix when you're outside during the daytime. It doesn't really matter. You're really just trying to use that dirt to hold things down. Making sure that those 4x and those 8x and those 12x don't take off like a sail into Neverland. You get the point. All right, there you go. If you don't have any dirt, shame on you. If you do, think about getting some more. I don't think you can ever have too much. Don't forget to, and I'll see you on the next episode of The Daily Drop.